Hey y'all, I'm Heather and welcome to my channel, The Debt-Free Quilter. Today in our Gnome-ster quilt box, we are working on the Rocky Mountain puzzle block. Now, did everything turn out exactly like I wanted it? No, I was very tired when I put this block together, but it still came out really cute and I'm really happy with it. I will be more careful on placement in the next blocks that I'm making, but it came out good. I like it, even if these two weren't originally intended to be next to each other. It's fine. In the grand scheme of things, it's a dip in the pond. It's not gonna matter in the end. Anyway, so let's get started. Alright, let's get sewing. Alright, now before y'all start screaming at me, yes, the steam fast iron is on recall. They've all been recalled from what I understand because of issues here. Don't know. Mine has never given me a problem, neither one of mine have. So until I can afford a new small iron for my small piecing, I will continue to use this one carefully and hope it doesn't burn the house down, and make sure it is unplugged when not in use. That's the best way that I can go about it, because a large iron on a small table is not a wise idea. It'll get knocked off, it'll be in the way. It's just, so I'm going to continue to use it for the time being and just be careful how I use it. Make sure I turn it off when I'm not using it, and when I am using it, just keep a good solid eye on things. Now we have got all of our half square triangles sewn and trimmed. I meant to film the pinning portion of pinning them on the triangle papers, but I forgot. It's been a rough couple of weeks, and I admittedly have been in a funk, so I may not be quite as thorough in this video as I really ought to be. You can see where I made a mistake here. That's a little bit of my leader ender right there that's attached, and I'm not gonna mess with it. But I am pressing these open simply due to their size. Half square triangles, for me personally, 2.5 inches and smaller, I prefer to press them open because they lay flatter. They do better when you're joining a bunch of them into specific specific blocks like pinwheels, and it just gives an overall better look, in my opinion. You don't have to follow my opinion. I will never insist that anyone do that. It escaped. Alright, well, since I do value y'all's time, I will speed the rest of this portion up. Alright, here's the next part of what we need to sew. Here we go. We're going to surround the center square. Alright, let's press this and add the other two sides. Okay. This is still hot enough from before. Let's face it, adding these did not really take a lot. Let it cool down. Press out. Flip it around and do the same thing to the other side. Now we're going to add the two long sides. And back to the iron we go. And now we have come to the hardest part of this block. I'll show you what I mean. Here's what I mean. The hardest part of this block is keeping everything lined up where you want it. As I found out with the small block. Let's see. And making sure everybody is going the correct direction also helps a lot. So definitely take the time to reference your pattern to make sure everything is going the correct direction. So nothing gets confused. So I felt like I had some purples getting too close there. I have my oranges over here, my greens, these guys. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. And I'm going to sew everything together. For sake of time, I'm just going to finger press these quickly. And sew them together and put them back where they came from. And I will press them nicely before I sew my rows together, or my sections together. Okay, so here's my top row. I'm going to go ahead and sew my bottom row, because those are the easier ones. once again, we'll make sure everybody's going the right direction. Have everything in the proper place. And just go ahead and sew these together. There's my bottom row. Now, I need to do the side row, the side pieces, which are these two right here. Now, these can get tricky. How do we sew them together without sewing on the wrong side? As I figured out a couple different times when I was making this small block. Yep, that's right. I messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these in this orientation until the very last moment when I move them to the needle. Then I'm going to turn them to this side. Sew them. Clip them. Finger press them. And put them immediately back where I got them from. And I'm going to repeat this with the other two. Now, everybody's still going how they were before. Grab my other block, if I can find it. Hang on. Okay. As you can see, these were the two that I had trouble with. And I sewed these wrong a couple of times. But I got it. I'm happy with it. I'm not changing it. So this is what we have. And now we have this configuration right here. And I'm happy with it. All I'm going to do is come over here and press it and then finish sewing everything together. Which means I'm just going to make these look nice. I'm not going to press them open at this stage of the game. I'm just going to press them and make them look nice, and we'll be right back to the sewing machine. Okay. The first sections we're going to add to is our middle. We're going to line up our piece and attach one side. Now I'm going to spin it around, bring my other side flipped so it's in the correct orientation, that is opposite of that one, and sew it on. So press these and I'll be right back. Now it's time to add the top and the bottom. And we'll do this in the same manner, adding one side and then the other before we press and get our final reveal. And there we have it. Our Rocky Mountain puzzle block in medium size. Here is the small one. I honestly like this one better than this one, only because of these right here, but you know, It happens. Once again, I'm not going to rip it out. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't bother me that much. So, here we have it. We have our completed medium-sized Rocky Mountain puzzle block. Came out really cute. It was really fairly simple. Made even easier by those half-square triangle papers. I cannot rave enough about those. They make awesome precision half-square triangles, whether you're using two colors or doing individual colors like I am. It's really great. It's a nice notion. It's a reasonably priced notion, and I will link that below in the description box. Anyhow, so that's it for this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.